already moving toward the Sheik as he reached back for the Sig Sauer holstered at the base of his spine and yelled, "Gun!" The bellhop's eyes flew wide. Rage coated his features. He pulled a semi-automatic weapon from the suitcase. Screams erupted in the lobby. The bellhop shrieked something Landon didn't catch, then aimed the weapon straight at the Sheik. Landon's arms came up, the Sig held loosely in his hands. He hurled himself toward the Sheik, twisted in the air, and pulled the trigger. One single gunshot rang out through the lobby. Landon hit the Sheik with his shoulder, the force of his momentum shoving the man to the ground. They landed against the marble floor with a crunch. Grunting, Landon rolled to his side. The Sheik's bodyguards were already reaching for the Sheik, grappling to help him up. Arabic words Landon didn't catch echoed in the air around him. Footsteps pounded against the marble floor. While the Sheik was helped to his feet, Landon glanced to the left, where the bellhop lay flat on his back, the gun inches from his lifeless fingers, a bullet dead center in the middle of his forehead. No, I'm fine," the Sheik said. Landon looked in the other direction, toward the Sheik, who was shunning the help of his bodyguards. "Mr. Miller," the Sheik said in a thickly accented voice, reaching for Landon's hand to help him up. "My sincerest gratitude." The Sheik didn't like to be touched. Landon had been told in no uncertain terms the minute he joined the Sheik's detail not to get too close. Reaching out, he gripped the other man's hand and let the Sheik drag him to his feet. He looked over at the bellhop, surrounded by hotel staff and a few of the Sheik's men. "The police will be here soon. I'll deal with it." He turned back to the head of the Sheik's detail, standing close. "Get him to the airport before anything else happens." The man hollered toward the men standing near the door. Several rushed over to shield the Sheik as they led him out. The Sheik nodded once to Landon. "I am forever indebted to you, Mr. Miller, and all of Aegis Security. If you ever find yourselves in the Middle East and in need, do not hesitate to call on your old friend Abdul." He exited the lobby, flanked on all sides by men dressed in black. Landon watched through the glass doors as the Sheik was ushered into a waiting SUV, then disappeared into the city. Exhaling, Landon looked back at the dead body in the middle of the lobby floor and holstered his weapon. No emotion flowed through him at the sight of what he'd done. Death, in all its forms, was simply a part of his life. Though a tiny piece of him did find it fucking ironic that this op, what should have been a cake-ass job, had ended the same as every other one he'd done for the DIA. The phone in his pocket buzzed again, and this time he reached for it without hesitation. "Addison, text me when you're done. Jake wants an update." Marley Addison was the op manager at Aegis Security, and Jake Ryder was her boss, CEO of Aegis, and a former Navy SEAL who ran his Black Ops company with military precision. He was also the only person besides Marley who knew this was Landon's last job with the company. "Miller, just finished. They're headed to the airport now." "Addison, you're not accompanying them?" Miller, "No. I've got things to deal with here." Addison, "Interesting." Landon wasn't in the mood to get into the details with Marley just yet. All he wanted was out of this suit and to be on a plane headed to the States for his last few days of freedom before he had to report back to the DIA. But that wouldn't happen until he dealt with the police. "Addison, we're really going to miss you around here." A lump formed in Landon's throat, one that was both foreign and unexpected. No, he didn't feel a goddamn thing killing a man, but Marley mentioning missing him was enough to leave him choked up. How fucking twisted was that? "Miller, now I know you're just blowing smoke." Addison, smiley face, "I do blow with the best." Addison, "Wait, shit, that came out wrong." Landon chuckled. He liked Marley. A lot. The woman had spunk. Not only was she smart, she didn't take shit from anyone, him included. That made her a keeper in his book. "Addison, getting back to business, you're booked another night at the Majestic. Your flight leaves at 0800. We'll debrief when you get back." Great. Another night. Just what Landon wanted. But the disappointment was quickly replaced by a pang of loss rippling through his chest. Jesus, his CO was right. He'd gotten soft. If feeling sad about a stupid, meaningless interim gig with Aegis wasn't a sign